Okay, today we're going to take a look at the Turbox Mini compressor and airbrush. We're also going to take a look at the Advanced Series Seeker Airbrush, and we're also going to take a look at a couple color sets, the 12 Clear Color Set A and the 12 Primary Matte Colors set. Alright, the first thing we're going to look at is the Turbox Mini. In the box you get the compressor itself, which has the power source here, a very variable type button that we'll talk about a little later on the back here, a spot for the hose, and then the control right here. You also get a braided hose, a dedicated power adapter, extra seals for the airbrush, a quick start guide booklet, an airbrush holder, and the advanced GAD 39 airbrush. So the first thing we'll look at is the quick start guide. It just goes through some technical data and then sort of how to set the brush up. And then it goes through all the functions of the compressor itself. It says by pushing this button here and holding it down, a long press will start it. And then by turning this button back and forth, you can adjust the PSI. And then, like I said back here, there's normal mode and compatible mode. On normal mode, it's suitable for most airbrushes with a 0.3 millimeter nozzle and above. Compatible mode is designed for small flow, small nozzle airbrushes, and it prevents frequent stop and start cycling of the compressor. And it also comes with an overheat feature, and once it gets to a certain temperature, it will automatically shut down so you don't burn the motor out. So let's go through the setup of this. It's pretty simple. The adapter cord plugs into the back here, and you can see that it turns on. And then your airbrush hose gets screwed in right to the side like this. And then you just simply plug your airbrush into the hose. I have a quick connect on this brush. It doesn't come in the box, but you can get those on Amazon or from Gaahleri. And it's really nice because you can switch back and forth between airbrushes quickly if you're using more than one airbrush. So to turn the compressor on, it says just to hold down, and there you go, it's turned on. Oh, well, I forgot to take that off. Let's pull that off now. And then you can monitor the air pressure by turning this dial here, and that's maximum. You get a medium or minimal PSI. And then by depressing this, you can press once, and that'll get you to a medium setting, and you press again, and they get you to the high setting. So, and you can just keep going back and forth like that, which is nice, so you don't have to actually continually turn it to the pressure that you need. But we'll start with the low pressure setting, and we'll see how loud this unit is while spraying. That says 3.5 psi, so I'd say it's between 3 and 5 psi on low. And then if you go to the medium, you can hear that's a little faster, it's a little louder, and that says it's at 7 psi. So if you hold it down, it'll give you a fairly accurate, it might be 7 psi, I could be wrong, but you can see it's fairly even spray. If you hit it to the high function, it's a little louder, but not incredibly loud, so it's not going to blow your eardrums out. That's sort of about as loud as you're going to have to deal with. It's very quiet. You can hear me talking. It wouldn't be annoying to use in a confined space at all. There's not much more to it than that. Alright, the next item we're going to look at is the Advanced Series Seeker Airbrush. And it is a 0.3 millimeter and 0.5 millimeter double action airbrush. So that means you get 2 different size needles and nozzle sets with this particular brush. On the back of the box you get a breakdown of the brush. It gives you all the technical names of each piece in case you were into that and you want to sound knowledgeable about your airbrush if you're talking to somebody, I suppose. And the first thing you're presented with when you open the box is the customer card, a nice quick start guide, and this will really help you if you are a beginner and a first-time airbrusher. It's nice to have this information. All the airbrushes, you always get the Teflon seals and these rubber O-rings. So you get the brush, the large cup that comes with it. Comes with a quick release for the airbrush hose, your 0.5 needle. So the 0.3 needle is installed in the brush when you get it. And then you get your 0.5 nozzle. So the actual airbrush feels like a quality piece of kit. The chrome is nice on it. It's not too heavy. The trigger feels quite natural to use. I've used a lot of different airbrushes, and I think for a beginner this would be something that would be a nice feature for you, because it's going to be easy to learn how to use this double action trigger mode. And let's take a look at what you get with the new paint sets. We'll start with the 12 clear color set, and the colors you get in this set is clear white, clear yellow, clear purple. You get some airbrush thinner, some airbrush cleaner, clear black, clear green, clear pink, clear red, clear teal, clear brown, clear orange, clear blue, and clear amber. And the Kaleido paints all come in the nice dropper style bottles, which I like. I like these dropper style bottles. And they all come with a little bead in there, which helps mix the paint itself. And the other set I'll be looking at is the primary matte colors, and these colors here are the ones that really excite me. I like matte colors, obviously. And the colors you get with this set are matte white, matte yellow, buff, some airbrush thinner, some airbrush cleaner, matte black, matte green, wood, matte red, matte blue, wood brown, matte orange, matte purple, and rubber black. And of course, all have that little mixing bead in them. Alright, so we will take these paints, the clear paints, and we'll do some painting with the airbrush and the compressor. So let's go do that now. Okay, the first colors we're going to paint with will be the 12 clear colors. And I'll be using the Turbox Mini setup with the GAD 39 airbrush. Then I'll switch to the Seeker to spray them matte colors later on. When you get a new airbrush, it's always a good idea to put a little bit of thinner through it to start, just in case there's any grease or oil left in the brush when they ship it. And it's always another good idea when you first get your airbrush just to make sure that the needle is seated properly, because sometimes it's backed out and then you'll wonder why you're having issues. So just make sure it's seated in the front of the nozzle, and then you should be good to go. First color we'll test out will be the clear yellow. This is over bare plastic. I'll load it up a little more. So that's the result after spraying onto just a plain white spoon. There's a nice gloss, it's a nice yellow. I think these paints though are made for going over things like this, gloss colors that are already, metallic colors possibly, that are already pre-painted. So I'm going to try a little more of this clear yellow and turn the pressure up to full. And I can see right away it is altering the color. It's turning it to more of a gold. And there is the clear over that copper. And as you can see, it does alter the tone of the original color that was on there. Okay, next up I'm going to try the clear green, and we're going to put it over this bronze looking spoon. And again, I'm using the GAD 39 airbrush for this test. That's altering it quite a bit, turning it to something different altogether. Now it's basically turning it to green. So I think these are meant to be kind of candy colored. They're probably meant to go on heavy like this. It's totally changed that original color, but yeah, I like it. Looks good. Next is clear pink. And as you can see, I was really hosing it on there. And there we go. That's a nice clear pink. And the last one I'll show here in spraying mode will be the clear teal. And then I'll paint the rest off camera and we'll take a look at them all later. You can go pretty wet. Okay, after all of that, it performed well. All 12 spoons were painted with no issues at all, other than just having to clean out the needle from time to time because you will get dry paint. Super easy airbrush to use. Yeah, good quality airbrush for the combo price of the compressor and the brush, well, and a hose too. So I think it's a great deal. There will be a code down below in the description where you can get a discount on this item and everything else in this video. So I'll link that down below and you can check it out. Also, the compressor here, it's not even hot, and I've been spraying for probably an hour. Actually, the hose connection right here is the only thing that's kind of warm. But the body of the actual compressor is very cool, maybe just a little warm down here, but not hot at all. So I think you could spray for quite some time before this overheated. I think if you double tap it, there you go. That tells you what the temperature of the box actually is. So it's sitting about 46.5 degrees. I think they said, is it 80 or 90 that it's going to shut down. Very impressed with the quality of it and the ease of use. Okay, I'm going to test these matte colors out on gray primed spoon, some red primed spoons, and some bare plastic spoons. And we'll start with wood first. And this is on bare plastic. And I'm putting it on fairly liberally, and it doesn't look like it's sagging or anything. And there is the wood color. A little tacky still, but not bad. Next up, we'll try the buff, and we'll try it on a gray primed spoon. Well, so far this advanced Seeker seems to be spraying really nicely. Good atomization. Paint's coming out nice and fine and smooth. And there is the buff. All right, next up we'll try the matte yellow. And we'll go on the bare plastic. And the last one I'll spray will be the rubber black. And there's the matte rubber. But you can see how smooth the finish is. Okay, I'm going to spray up the rest of the spoons and we will take a look at them a little later on. These spoons are great to show color of the product, but I thought we'd do some real world tests here on a model kit. I'm going to use buff to do this, and we'll use the 0.5 needle to start, and then I'll switch over to the 0.3. So this would be more if you were base coating a model as opposed to fine detail. So let's see how it performs. And this is the advanced Seeker airbrush again that we're going to test. So far it's spraying quite nice. For an acrylic, this is actually quite good. I usually use Tamiya lacquers because I find they spray nicer than acrylics. Well, acrylics I've used in the past. The Vallejo paints don't spray great at all. AK is not bad. I haven't tried the Atom paints. Apparently they're pretty good. But so far, pretty happy with this buff color. And there it is after a quick dry, and yeah, it's pretty matte. It's dry already. I can touch it and there's no marking or pulling. So it dries fast. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think that worked out well. Alright, I'm going to switch over to the 0.3 and then we'll do a little detail painting on this. I'm going to try to spray some finer patterns on this model. And I'm going to use the wood brown, and I've added a little bit of the thinner to it as well. This is on full power on the compressor. Alright, I just had to clear an obstruction that was in there, so let's give this a try again. I'm going to take the cap off. I think it'll be easier to spray this. Yeah, much better. By pulling the cap off, you should be able to get a tighter spray pattern. Let's see how it sprays on super low. That's about 5 psi or so. I think I'm having better luck down on the low setting. It's not as much pressure blowing out. Yeah, much better on the low setting. You will get a lot of paint buildup on the needle. Of course, it's acrylic, and you do have to keep cleaning that off all the time. Okay, I've added some flow improver to the paint. Hopefully that stops the needle from drying so quickly. Yeah, I think the flow improver has made a big difference as far as the paint flow. I'm not getting as much instant tip dry with the paint. Yeah, it's just a matter of playing with it. Like, this paint's new to me, so you know, it's gonna take a little time to get used to, and getting used to the brush and the setup and your mix ratios. It all takes time to figure out the subtle nuances of it. If you're looking for, you know, a brush that's not going to break the bank and still does a decent job, yeah, I think the Seeker's the brush you want to get. Okay, let's go over the clear colors first and see how they look. The first one here is clear white over a gray primed spoon. This is the clear black over a gray primed spoon. The clear red, clear orange, clear yellow, clear green, which was actually sprayed over copper base coat. That looks pretty cool. I think that's the way they made these to be used, was over top of a metallic color, and then you get this nice kind of candy look. Bottle, there's your teal, which didn't look like teal underneath in the spray booth, but now you can see it looks more like teal. And we've got our clear blue, your clear purple, and that's clear pink, your clear brown, your clear amber. I got damaged yesterday when I was fiddling with them. I guess we can do a little test on them to see how durable they are. This is a wooden stick. I'm hitting it pretty hard. You can see that's quite durable. Scratch test. It's pretty hard wood, so you know it's not coming off. And this was the clear yellow over the flashy gold. This was the clear orange over top of the scorched red. Let's go ahead and take a look at the matte colors next. The first one here is matte white and the black, matte red, orange, matte yellow, matte green, matte blue, matte purple, the matte buff, the matte wood, the matte wood brown, and the matte rubber black. Durability. Okay, this was on a red prime spoon, but it's only been drying for a few hours, so that's knocking the paint off on that one. Well, yeah, if I hit it hard enough, it makes the paint come off. It's durable, but you know, who smacks their models with a wooden stick? And as a final thing here, let's take a look at the model that I used as a final test bed, and that was the buff with the rubber black and the brown. And really it made a huge difference once I added this stuff, Airbrush Flow Improver by Vallejo. The Airbrush Flow Improver made a big difference as far as the tip dry. So you might want to pick some of that up if you're planning on purchasing this paint, or any acrylic paint. Really, I add it to all my acrylic paints. It just helps with tip dry. The camo is not bad. Again, working with the new airbrush and a whole new system and different paint, always it's hard to just, you know, pull it out and start painting and make it look perfect. I'm not used to it. I haven't used it that much. Like I said, I usually use Tamiya lacquers, and I'm used to those paints, so it just takes a little bit of paint reduction and getting the paint flow right and the right PSI and, you know, the distance from the model, all that. It all comes with practice and experimenting. Let's finish this up by taking a look at the equipment. The Turbox Mini, which comes with the Advanced GAD39 airbrush and your power supply and hose. So you get all that in the box, which is a great deal in my opinion. I really liked this little compressor. It worked great, never overheated on me, regulated the pressure really well, you know, considering it's just a small box compared to my other compressor, large compressor. It was actually quite easy to use, and I think worked well. And then again, the Advanced Seeker, which gives you the 2 needle sizes, so you can get down and do a little more fine detail work. So depending on what you're looking for just an upgrade to your airbrush that you have now. This one's really well built, nice quality. It feels like a quality airbrush. It works like a quality airbrush at a more affordable price. So, you know, you can go and grab one of these or get yourself this system if you're just starting out. It's a great beginner system, I think. And also, you know, like if you travel or if you just like to work late at night, this won't bother anybody. This is a great option if you have to work in more of a silent atmosphere. If you're looking to purchase any of these items, they'll all be on sale from June 23rd to the 26th on an Amazon promo through Gaahleri. So you'll be able to go and pick any of these items up for a really good discounted price. And if you are going to purchase any of these items or the paints, please consider using my promo code, and that'll be linked in the description below. And that way you're helping out the channel and also helping out yourself at the same time. And of course, you can always use my promo code Small Soldier for a 10% discount on anything Gaahleri sells. And finally, Gaahleri has graciously given me a Seeker airbrush, and not this one, it's a grody nasty one, but a paint pot spray out station, brand new, for me to give away to one lucky winner here on my channel. So if you're interested in that giveaway, you can leave a comment down below just saying you're interested in the giveaway, or Seeker Airbrush or something like that. That will let me know to put you in the draw. And I'll be drawing this in a week or two after the video's release. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, hit the bell notification, and most importantly, give this video a like. This helps YouTube figure out who to provide this content to. For more interesting content, check the video out on your screen right now, and I'll see you there.